Looking to start your mornings off right, especially Monday morning after a nice, fun weekend? Well, today we're going to be talking about creating this Monday morning detox checklist, the things that I'm going to be including onto it, and additionally, some key points and takeaways about the importance of resetting habits and overstimulation and creating your own detox list for yourself. So, cheers and enjoy the episode. Financially free and enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch. So a little one-person trampoline, very if I screen shared it, like there's no excuse. Like phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercise to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning, and we're starting off a little bit late here. Would it be a Monday morning if everything went smoothly? Would it be a Monday morning if the camera and my technology stuff worked when I wanted it to? Probably not. And that's why we're a little late to the party. So my apologies. Good morning. Maybe this is a good reminder that stuff gets a little chaotic. Who gives a damn? We don't care, because we're on to creating our most important. Today, we're going to be talking about a Monday morning detox checklist. So let's go ahead and get up onto the board. What I have here. I went and bought a ton of chalk this weekend, so we're going to be having full ammo locked and loaded this week, Monday morning. So this is our detox list. So on this wonderful morning, I want us to create a list of the things that we do not want to indulge in this week. And we're going to be going over the importance on them. So we have some key points and takeaways later in the show about overstimulation, resetting habits, and additionally creating your own list here. But first, we're going to just go through my personal Monday morning detox checklist, and then I'll kind of explain why detox checklists are so beneficial. But I want to get my items on there first so you guys can see them. So we are going to not indulge in these things this week, so we do not lose pleasure in them. If we overindulge, we become addicted. We can. So what is the first thing that we are going to detox this week? We want to detox certain types of food. Coming up on the first one is food. I want to reset my gut biome. So my gut, this is the gut is the second mind. You want to be able to have a fresh and healthy gut. So if we want to have a really productive week this week, I think resetting and detoxing certain types of food. And as you can see, the foods on my screen that are the no-goes for the week. No-goes. No sugar, no dairy, no bread. This stuff is absolute trash. Sugar from fruits is okay, but I'm just assuming that we know the difference of. So if I get some sugar from a banana or from an apple or whatever, a fruit, totally okay with it. I get a tiny bit from peanut butter. But we just don't want sugary foods. This weekend I ate, I think it was Saturday night, and I'd be lying. I was a little stoned, and I ate like 4 donuts. And my stomach hurt the next day, and I felt like crap, and I regretted it. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? But that's just how this works. And it's okay. I'm not saying I'm never going to eat a donut again, but I do want to detox these things, and I don't want to keep these things in your body, because when you eat something, it goes straight into your gut, and then your gut's the most powerful thing leading us. Do you know anyone who's really happy and ambitious when they have an unsettled stomach? I personally don't. In your gut rules the mind and the body. So first off, the first detox of the week, maybe we want to think in our checklist, we want to think of foods that we do not want to eat this week. I do not want to go out to eat. I do not want to eat these breads. I do not want to eat this sugar. So go ahead and write out your list for foods that you want to stay away from this week. This is the first item on our checklist. Okay, next up we have drugs. We got drugs. So we want to, and I can consider alcohol a drug, I put it under that category. I know there's a million different ways to classify things, but just for simplicity's sake, we're talking about substances that are mind-altering, substances that give us a chance to relax or take a break, that actually give us permission to. But we're talking about drugs, and for me, I had a few beers this weekend. I like these Coronas. They're the light version of Coronas. They're light, they're easy. I like them every now and again, but I do want to detox from them. So first one on our list is maybe alcohol. Alcohol, we want to be able to detox this week. You just don't want to be drinking anything. Or maybe say for you, so we have pot, marijuana. That's my other vice. So these are two things that I do not want to be indulging in this week during the week. I got projects to focus on. I got workouts to get in. I got people to help. We got too much going on to indulge in this type of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with having a beer and smoking a joint every now and again. However, there's just, if you want to produce and feel a certain way, everyone wants to feel the energy of being very consistent and being very healthy. And these things just simply do not allow you to do that. They do not allow me to do that. I don't argue with anybody, but I have had people reach out to me. They're like, Tanner, you can smoke pot, you can do all this and that. I think that's a total bunch of bullshit. I think it makes your hippocampus shrink. I think it makes memory tough. I don't think anybody does anything better on marijuana than they would if they were just sober. But that's me personally, and that's why it's on the list of no-goes for this week, and absolutely not. These are things we're detoxing. Next up, this one's the best. So food, well, it's tough because food, when you eat really healthy and your gut's settled, when your gut's settled, your mind's clear. But the last one on our list is we're just put it under the category of television. Television. Oh, that's an L. Television. Okay, television and the two items we have under here. So really entertainment, whatever it is. So think of things that are electronically stimulating, say like screens or whatever. Television. So for me, that's football and phone. Football and phone. So as you're adding to your own checklist, you're trying to think of if you're just now tuning in with us, we're going over a Monday morning detox checklist, things that we do not want to take on, we do not want to ingest, we do not want to stimulate ourselves with. And the third checklist item is television entertainment, and we want to no-go on football. I watched my football team play yesterday. It was like 3.5 hours. It was cool. It was enjoyable. I was hanging out with my girlfriend. We were eating chili. It was an awesome time. But when it came to like the second game, and then that was on the TV for like an hour or so, and then I turned it off because it's just too much time, I think, personally, for me to indulge and to sit there for 9 hours a day watching all football. So I would say detox, no football this week. So I'm not going to look on my phone and watch highlights. I'm not going to look at that because I spent so many hours just sitting in front of the television yesterday, and I'm trying to avoid that. And then additionally, detoxing my phone usage. I think these are things that just give so much dopamine that it's so easy. It takes no effort, and then it just like feels good to sit there, but it doesn't add complexity. It doesn't improve our skills. It doesn't challenge us. And when we spend a lot of time not being challenged, not improving our skills, not being in like flow-based activities, I think it really weighs on our consciousness, and it makes us feel like really lazy, and it makes us feel inept. That's how I personally feel. So I'm not trying to indulge in this like instant gratification stuff all week long. And then yesterday, Sunday, we had gotten a lot done last week. We were kind of just sitting around. We put a new floor in the garage, so we were enjoying it, having some football. So I'm okay with it every now and again, but we're really trying to not overindulge in this stuff. So maybe you want to detox some football. Maybe you want to detox your cell phone. Stop looking at your cell phone. Send it over to the wayside. Have your head in the space of life and kind of see what's going on, be a little more present in the moment. I know this stuff always makes me feel better. So the last one that made our list was football and phone. Okay, that was my detox list. You can think of other things, other bad habits, or other anything that can come to mind when you are trying to make your list of things that you're just not going to do this week. So that's my list of things that I'm just going to absolutely not touch this week and see how it makes me feel and keeps coming better, because we need to reset. We need to reset our habits. So now we're going to get into some just key points and takeaways for this morning's episode. So we go in ahead and we made our Monday morning detox list. It's just a full list of things that we just want to say no to. That special relationship with that powerful word no. And now we are talking about some key points and takeaways. The power of resetting habits. So whenever you take too much of anything, it starts to lose its value. It starts to lose. So with the cell phone, you get pleasure, you get dopamine and these like neurotransmitters that give you pleasure and satisfaction and all that when you're scrolling through and you're looking at things. But the more that we do it, the higher the baseline and the higher the threshold it is for us to need to receive satisfaction and pleasure from it. So if we do it all the time, then it starts to lose its meaning. Another analogy I was reading on this morning for when I was trying to make the show notes for this was they're talking about imagine eating the same dessert every single day for the rest of your life. Would it taste as good as versus grandma's special pie that you get once a year? So there's a lot of benefits to resetting and going without. And I personally believe that before you can create balance and have a strong relationship with something, I believe you need to go without it. Going without it, detoxing it, getting rid of it, and then seeing what the relationship even is. Because a lot of times there's these bad habits that people believe they must have in their lives. They get rid of them for a space and time, and then they realize, oh, wow, that was all bad and no good. I was just truly addicted to that. So for me, I quit alcohol I did this 100-day challenge this year without drinking alcohol. And I felt like I had to go without it for a long time for me to actually figure out a schedule or a back and forth that made sense. And now my relationship with it has grown and evolved. And I drink once every couple of weeks. And it's usually because I get a chance to see really good friends or we're celebrating. It was my girlfriend's birthday this last weekend. So I'm not going to go without it for the rest of my life, but I think I have a really good relationship with it now since I went without it. So I'd highly recommend doing the same. Done the same thing with marijuana and alcohol. Those are the two things that I usually indulge in. So resetting is really good because it lowers our dopamine baseline and it makes it a lot more enjoyable when we actually get to do it. Next up is overstimulation. So this is probably one of the biggest problems going on with America and the world in general, especially our very high developed, powerful, awesome country. This overstimulation, we talked about the point of that making our dopamine level, our dopamine baseline way too high. And this leads to addiction. So when it comes to overstimulation, excessive stimulation can lead to addiction. And this is why you can look at a lot of people who are younger in the middle school, in high school range. I think it's probably the worst that I've seen is the addiction to the smartphone. You take the smartphone away from them and you think you're ripping their arm off. Like a part of them is now missing. And being so attached to anything to be so attached to anything in your external environment, especially technology tools, is really dangerous. And I think it breeds addiction. Same with people who eat too much food or drink too much alcohol or smoke too much pot. I think you can get addicted to any of these things. And if you do them too much, if you do anything too much, it forms a bad relationship and it also forms a dependency. So that's why these detoxes are so important, because we need to be able to come back, make sure that we're not dependent versus just enjoying something. Like you can enjoy a glass of wine, But if you need a glass of wine, that's where it can get really dangerous and slippery. So the relationship with it is really important. I think we need to be able to take a break from it. So to reset, and overstimulation with anything, especially these phones. The phones are the worst, dude. It's so bad. But that's why I said I use my phone as a camera, and then I chuck it in this like little cubby in our house. It's out of the office. It's just away from me. And then I work on my work, and then I'll come back and I check it like once or twice a day. I'm part of a group chat and I'll see what my friends are saying, and maybe they're saying something funny. And so small check-ins a couple times a day. Don't be staring at and doom scrolling all day long. That stuff's terrible, and we don't ever get anything done. You'd be so much more productive if you didn't stare at your phone. But that's just me, and it's helped me a lot with, so I want to add it. Okay, lastly is to make sure that you create your own list for today. So we talked about creating our list specifically for me, the food and resetting to get my gut nice and healthy and ready, and drugs, no alcohol, no pot this week. And additionally, television, no football. I'm not watching anything on my phone. If anything, I've always done really well with keeping a balance. I don't have any like entertainment stuff on my laptop, and I'm usually really good at just keeping that all business and all like personal development type stuff for work. So I might watch a YouTube video here on a tutorial, how to help with this website design, how to help with this landing page design, how to work on this marketing content, something like that. But I'm not going to sit here and watch football highlights or something like that. I think that's the detox checklist has been really helpful for me, and I've done this in the past. And this weekend, I indulged a little bit. I ate a lot of food. We had some tamales and some beers, and smoked a joint, and kind of hung out and had a good time. So, and there's nothing wrong with this. It's just being able to indulge, but also be disciplined enough to detox and reset, and understand if you want to have good energy, if you want to have positive motion, if you want to be strong, if you want to be healthy, you can't just indulge in these things all the time. Like you can't just live the weekend life throughout the week. You'll just be operating. And this is why everyone's so exhausted all the time, is because it's usually indulge so much on the weekend that by the time the week comes, we're fighting tooth and nail to try and detox and reset. And then the cycle keeps like circling itself. And cycles usually cause people to be exhausted and tired. So if anything, we're only doing this every now and again, but trying to build that relationship with it. So this was your Monday morning reminder of let's go ahead, start a week off right. Maybe we're doing some journaling. We're writing out things that we're grateful for, things that we're excited about getting done this week. We got a real plan for this week to knock it out of the park. And additionally, we want to make this checklist of the things that we just don't want to touch. We just want to say no to this week. And hopefully this was helpful for you on your mission and getting more done. If I can ever help, my name is Tanner Dewitt. I am a life and business coach. I teach a class called the One Page Life Plan, and you can reach out to me if you want to hear more about class start times. Other than that, that's my pitch. You guys enjoy food, drugs, television. We're going to get rid of that crap this week and get a bunch done. Excited for it. Hope you get a bunch done as well. And in case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this week, and let's keep rocking and rolling. I'll see you guys all live bright and early, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you got some value, share this video with a friend. Appreciate it much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bright and early, 8 a.m. with episode 360.